Yeah. What's good? Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy. Y'all are tuned into the Linc Up featuring the lovely Symone Stanley, the brolic Lord Brunson, and yours truly, Tone DeShields the second, man. We appreciate y'all for being here, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. On top of that, once you hit that like button, it's this new feature they added on YouTube called the hype button. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It's something new algorithmic that they've added to the YouTube stratosphere that they're trying to help us content creators. I hope that's how I'm taking it. They're trying to create new ways to stimulate engagement. So make sure you guys smash that like button, and after you hit that like button, make sure you follow it up with the hype button. But let's get into it, man. How are we feeling, Symone? How are you feeling, LB? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Somebody about to die on Sunday. Listen, we here now. We're exactly where we knew. All the frustration and all of it pointed us right here, looking at being 6-2, going into the bye. I feel amazing. You will see more and more Kelly Green on me as the week goes on. We are where we supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. All the people being dramatic about, we're going to get into it. This is going to be a good show. This is going to be a good show. I haven't felt this good all season. This is going to be a good show, y'all.
I'm feeling great. Energized after that win last week, especially the way they came back, because we've seen before, when the offense goes stagnant, then that's game over. But seeing them being able to make those adjustments, come back alive, that just shows we here. I'm excited. It's Kelly Green week. We don't lose a Kelly Green. I got my ticket to the game yesterday. Got my fit pretty much together. Some few pieces still delivering out for delivery. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready.
I'm still debating if I'm gonna go or not.
You ain't going.
What you mean? 1 o'clock, John? That's my twist right there. 1 o'clock. In and out.
What you waiting on?
I don't know.
I got a giveaway.
For a ticket? Can I win?
For a chain.
A chain.
Oh, you got another chain.
Mm-hmm.
If I come, let me get one without having to be in the contest.
I can fix it.
You can fix it up for me. All right. Cook the books for me. Cook
some numbers.
Yeah.
Oh man, speaking of cooking some numbers, man, we gotta touch on what we saw in that Vikings game. Obviously, they got the Giants this week, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later on in the show. But Jalen Hurts was cooking some numbers, man. I mean, this brother had probably the best regular season performance that we've ever seen by him, and that's no real exaggeration. I know some people like to rival it with his Super Bowl performances, but in my humble opinion, the stakes are higher in those games. So I just put those in two different categories. But Jalen Hurts against the Vikings, 19 for 23, completed 82.6% of his passes, 326 passing yards. If you adjust it, 316, it is what it is. Still over 300, averaged over 14 yards an attempt, 3 passing touchdowns. By the way, those 3 passing touchdowns, one was like a 24, 26-yarder. One was like a 34-yarder. One was a 79-yarder to Devontae Smith. I mean, a perfect passer rating, 158.3. And he did it all in the air. He didn't have no rushing yards. All of this was in the air. Bombs over Baghdad. I mean, when y'all think about that performance and you think about the way the season has kind of went for the Eagles offensively, does this give you guys more confidence going forward? Do you guys still have your reservations about certain aspects of the offense? Just tell me what this performance by Jalen Hurts did for you.
This just, re-solidifies everything we already know as a panel. Like, a lot of people are, oh my gosh, what did Jalen Hurts did that? I mean, we know what our guy can do. So we were obviously happy, impressed, but obviously not surprised. Because, y'all seen some people in the fan base acting up, okay, during that 2-game losing streak. It's just the thing that I am most confident by after that game is just one, knowing that the offense can come back alive, because we've seen in a couple of games where we would take the lead, we'll have a great first half, but then in the second half it just completely stalls out. Now, we saw after that first drive, we had like what, 3 or 4 and outs. That would have typically in the past couple of games been a game we lost. Defense keeping us in it, but the offense just not being able to pull away. And then we would have saw Carson Wentz get a bomb to Jettas, put them up 8, and we would never be able to come back from it. But just to see Jalen and Smitty, because they said that Smitty was the one being vocal and getting involved in the play selection in that game. So to see them just stepping up and being like, we can't lose this game. We're not losing this game. We have way too much talent on the flow to lose this game. That's big. Like, I'm so happy seeing Smitty get those numbers, having the career day for him, almost 200 yards, his longest catch of his career, I believe. You just love that for Smitty, like, because Smitty was a day one for us in this rebuild after the Wentz era. So you just love to see Smitty go off like that. And then also too, knowing that this offensive line is falling off the bone and is going to be probably falling off the bone for some weeks now, it's good to know. It's good to see Jalen be able to be so methodical under all that pressure. You know, sometimes in the past there would have been some sacks taken there and they weren't. You know what I mean? He was patient. He was on time, athletic, everything. And the playmakers did what the playmakers were supposed to do. So I'm offensively I'm feeling good going forward.
I'm kind of at loss for words. It seems like I'm glad that people continue to disrespect Jalen Hurts. That's where I'm at with it, man.
Me too.
Every time they disrespect Jalen Hurts, he does something new. Let's put this passer rating thing into context real quick. This is the only perfect passer rating of the season by the guy who gets dogged out the most for his throwing ability. You know what I mean? The only one of the season. I want to put it into first. I want to put it in. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me get a little more context into this passer rating thing. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, I'm about to bring it up for you right now, big dog.
Let's put this. Let's put a little more context in this. I did this earlier this week, but I think in case somebody missed it, Jalen Hurts has one perfect passer rating. Patrick Mahomes doesn't even have a perfect passer rating game. Baker Mayfield has a perfect passer rating game. Tom Brady only has 3 in his career. Lamar Jackson has 4 in his career. That's wildly impressive for another guy who they say can't throw the ball. There's only been 82 in the history of the NFL. 82 perfect passer ratings in the history of the NFL. The first one happened, and just so y'all know, this ain't no new stat. The first one happened in 1948. There's only been 82 of these type of passing performances in the NFL. You know, Josh Allen only has 1. Aaron Rodgers has 1. Dak Prescott has 1. And these are guys who are technicians from the pocket. Russell Wilson only has 1. These guys throw the ball way more than Carson Wentz. And to only do what Carson Wentz did one time should let you know just how magical it is. There's only been 4 of them in the playoffs. You know what I mean? There's only been 4 of them in the playoffs ever. So what Jalen Hurts did was put a lot of people on notice with his passing display this week. To have a perfect passer rating while everybody is screaming at the top of their lungs that you can't throw the ball is remarkable. And I'm willing to bet out of 82 of these games, I didn't do the research on it. I'm willing to bet less than 10 of them happened on the number 1 passing defense. You know what I mean? I'm willing to bet less than 10 of them happened.
That's a great pull by you, because the Vikings defense has been, in particular in the passing game, like you said, they've been top 5, top 3, number 1 in a lot of those categories, right? As a matter of fact, prior to Jalen Hurts' demolition of them, they hadn't allowed a 200-yard passer the entire season.
Exactly.
And that's not an over-exaggeration. If you look at the adjusted pass yards, which accounts for loss of yards, right? That defense has not allowed a 200-yard passer consistently. And then they ran up against Jalen Hurts.
Right.
And he did what he did. He didn't just give him 200. He said, I got another 100 for you. By the way, I got 3 touchdowns for you. He made Isaiah Rodgers, a guy who posted the highest PFF rating of all time, and made him look like Darius Slay backup. And it's so interesting because they knew his tells. They knew him better than he knew himself in that game.
It honestly looked like on that last AJ catch, it looked like
he was frozen in time
through the motions. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you have that like guy, that coach that's like on the court with you, who's like giving you a little screen or being a fake defender in warm-ups. That's what it looked like. It looked like they was going through the motions. Like, it just looked way too easy for AJ. Like, because catch from AJ, it just looked way too easy. Like, he was like 1, 2, okay, break.
Because
sluggo, man.
That was a great job by Kevin Patullo. I know I give him a lot, but that was a great job to sell the slant because that's kind of the route that AJ is known for. So the slant and go, you know what I mean? The slant and go was a perfect call. And Jalen Hurts pointing at him, letting him know, hey, sluggo his ass. You know, we got him right here. I know we got him. And the ball placement by Jalen was just amazing to get the first down. Devontae Smith having a career day. This team is not being talked about in its proper context because it's funny how one game could change things. Now Smitty is top 6 in receiving yards, y'all. We went from crying about numbers to Smitty being a number 6 guy in receiving yards. We went from crying about numbers to us having a top 6 guy in receiving yards. You know what I'm saying? And we're just at the beginning of this trying to figure this thing out, man. The running game still hasn't gotten going. We've only had Jalen Hurts did a lot of that stuff from under center. He was only under center 9 times. I believe we found a new wrinkle and a new path forward to passing the ball. And we're going to do those things from under center. Jalen Hurts has 11 touchdowns on the year, 1 interception. I mean, a lot of people are upset that I believe that he should probably be talked about with another. If he comes out and throws for another 280 passing yards against the Giants, that'll be 4 straight games with 280 passing yards. You know what I mean? I know it's some losses sprinkled in there, but if Jalen Hurts has another good passing game day through the air in this manner, he should be talked about in MVP conversations.
See,
man.
they never gonna give Jalen his respect. Thank you, Alex, because Alex said the same thing. He's gonna be criticized no matter what. The fact that they even needed this game to throw him a little fake bone when we've already seen what this man did leading up to the Super Bowl last season, what he's done twice in the Super Bowl. The fact that they even needed this game to think about giving him his respect just goes to show they just don't want to give this man they don't want to give him his things.
Bro, I had to bully Chase Daniel into getting on his phone and making the video. I had to bully an NFL quarterback into calling it fair because you talk about him like a dog when he don't perform. Well, I had to go on the internet, call you shovel face. I had to say things to you to get you to come outside and do your job.
You know what's so funny about it?
I don't respect that, Tom. I don't respect that.
No, you shouldn't. And here's the thing, right? Those same people who jump out the window for Justin Herbert, they disappeared this week. They didn't have no analysis on Justin Herbert's performance in that game.
Neither Baker Mayfield.
They had no analysis on Baker Mayfield. No, they had no analysis. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is par for the course. This is what's required. This is what comes with being one of the best teams in football. This is what comes with being Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion. When they didn't believe you can get there in the first place, anyway, they're gonna always find ways to try to disarm you and take it from you. This is par for the course. That's why as difficult as it is sometimes, I've taken my emotions out of it because I know like there's just certain guys that they never gonna really get they just due until it's all said and done.
Yeah, Jalen is not going to get his just due until he's putting that gold jacket on, and that's the trajectory, whether you like it or not.
And you know who gives Jalen his just due? Current players
who did something,
playing with Jalen Hurts, legends of the game. The only people that's not giving him his just due are talking heads who nobody even know what their stats was or what team they played for in the league. The only people that's not giving Jalen his just due are fan bases of other teams, which that's what they're supposed to do, be haters, and talking heads.
Right.
Well, don't even know what position they played when they played in the league.
Fan bases of other teams and people that need a job.
People that Jalen Hurts actually respects, the people that actually matter, they give Jalen Hurts his respect. We asking randos on TV to respect Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it's fans of other teams which are expected and other guys who need a job. Like nobody don't know Chase Daniel for his profession. Nobody don't know Chase Daniel for what he did. You know what I mean? And I'm disappointed in Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees' whole TV career is scripted.
Listen,
downplay the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ever since, listen, it don't even seem genuine. Ever since Drew Brees retired, he became. You know how they say, like, when you guys in the locker room, you find out a lot about them after they retire, right? You think they down, you think they cool, you think they with the culture, and then they retire and you find out who they really are. Like, these guys at the end of the day, bro, like, I'm not going to take it the direction I could take it, but Drew Brees is not somebody that not somebody we should respect. I'm sorry. He's not somebody we should respect. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like, so I don't look to Drew Brees to validate Jalen Hurts. Drew Brees is the same guy who, granted, Super Bowl champion, but I mean, beyond that, just a stat pattern.
Yeah,
just a stat pattern. And yeah, I'm being disrespectful. Fuck him. I don't care.
It's not even that he just it's not even that he just a stat pattern. Like Drew Brees never was looked at as the guy or like the top two guys.
And that's why it always boggles my mind when I see guys who was doubted, guys who was told you too short, you can't do this, can't do that, and then they overcome. And they look at Jalen Hurts and they find every reason to criticize him. I'm like, you was in his position. They told you, Drew Brees, you was too short. They told you your throwing style wouldn't last in the league. They told you was too small. They told you that they could never get it done with you. The Chargers moved on from you for Phillip Rivers. And you made them eat their words with a Super Bowl ring with the Saints. I'm trying to understand how these guys who put so much into this game, especially when it comes to rebuilding their game and really developing themselves and taking their craft serious and putting winning at the forefront, it always boggles my mind when guys like Jalen Hurts should be a football player's football player. Does that make sense to y'all?
It do, and you know the tipping point for me was when I had to call Nick Foles a hater this week. I had to call Nick Foles a hater this week.
Yeah, that was weird.
See, I be missing everything because I don't be online. What
so
happened?
No, he posted something. See, I don't think Jalen Hurts is. I don't think he can be an elite passer from the pocket. You know what I mean? I think he can be, but right now he's not there. Then he come out there have a perfect passer rating, man. You know what I mean? Like, how can you say that you don't think this guy can be elite from the pocket? Did you not watch both of those Super Bowls? Did you not watch both of those Super Bowls? If you are surprised by this throwing performance,
yeah,
then you just never liked the guy because he's had games like this before. To sit here and say that this is the best game of his career, it's not.
I don't think it is.
He might didn't have a perfect passer rating in the Super Bowl, but if he didn't throw that one pick, he probably would have had a perfect passer rating in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He has two triple-digit ratings in the Super Bowls, bro. He's the only quarterback in NFL history to have two triple-digit passer ratings in Super Bowls, man.
He's the only quarterback to ever outplay Patrick Mahomes in the biggest game in the world.
Like, come on, bro. Jalen Hurts is not living in nobody's shadow. Drew Brees lived in Peyton Manning. Drew Brees lived in Aaron Rodgers' shadow. Drew Brees lived in a lot of people's shadows. Jalen Hurts is not living in anybody's shadow, man. And that's what hurts these people.
That's why they mad.
That's what hurts these people, man. It's nobody in the way but bullshit that we got going on as an organization with these dumbass tweets. That's the only thing that's in our way from immortality at this point.
You brought it up. Let's transition to that. But Symone, you got something to say before we make that transition?
I'm just saying that's why they mad because they want to be Jalen. They want to be Jalen now, and when they was playing, they wanted to be Jalen. Jalen is an icon. It makes men nervous.
Hold on. I got to find it. Hold on. I got to find it, y'all. This is how much they hate Jalen Hurts. They on the internet, y'all, on Twitter, in the Twitter streets, claiming that Dak Prescott had the first Jordan deal.
I remember that. That was hilarious.
Claiming that Dak Prescott had the first Jordan deal.
That was hilarious.
Just to try to spite Jalen Hurts. When it actually was Donovan McNabb who had the first Jordan deal.
An Eagles quarterback.
And also, Eagles quarterback. It's one thing to get some t-shirts and be featured on a commercial. It's another thing to be the face of the brand. That's two.
Right. It's a whole different situation when Jordan.
It's a whole different situation. It's one thing to be vacationing with Michael Jordan, to be launching the first World of Flight in the United States in your city with you being the headliner, the face of.
But you at the register on opening day. What are we talking about?
You have Michael Jordan be coming to the game to see you.
Right. It's a different energy that Jalen Hurts moving with. It's
you vacationing, sparking cigars with Michael Jordan.
With the GOAT. I'm sitting in my stand and somebody I'm at the game. Somebody like Jordan behind us. I'm like, you got a cousin named Jordan? I'm like, Mike, the GOAT?
Michael B. Jordan? Michael B. Jordan
is at this same game with me. Like, Michael B. Jordan? He here? I turn around. He's standing up waving. Then look at the Jumbotron. Mike is here because of Jalen. I've never seen Mike at a Cowboys game.
Do you want to know why? MJ, in order to be around MJ, you got to be authentic. You got to be authentic. And
in order to be around MJ, you got to be a champion.
That part.
More than just a champion. It's champions he don't be around.
Which goes back to the authenticity.
You got to be an icon. An icon. That's what I'm saying. Jalen,
you got to be an icon. The guys that he just invited to Greece with him, they always in the picture. They always in there. Dak Prescott wasn't in the picture. No shade to Dak. But it was tennis players there. I think Ndamukong Suh even got the invite.
Very much shade to Dak. Very much shade.
Yeah.
Let's not pull our punches here. Very much shade.
My man having a career year, he ain't get the invite to Greece.
You know what I mean? Again, icons recognize icons. It's just that simple. And Jalen Hurts is somebody that you want leading your organization. He's somebody you want leading your corporation. He's somebody that you want leading you in the war zone. Jalen Hurts said something after that game, right? Since everybody want to get wrapped up on what they can and can't do in the Eagles, all that kind of stuff. Jalen Hurts said, listen, where we trying to get to, all this talk about when it comes to identity, that shit don't matter. The question is, did you win or did you lose? That's where we're trying to get to. Identity don't matter. Because we ain't gonna talk about identity. It don't matter. So again, the passive performance by Jalen Hurts is a sign of things to come. Obviously, the running game has to get going, and I think this Eagles team won't truly hit their pinnacle until Saquon starts getting back on track. But this goes back to your point, LB, that you said about Devontae Smith. All of a sudden, Devontae is top 6 in receiving yards, right? Mm-hmm. And on pace for a career year. All it takes is one game.
That's it.
All it takes is one game just to get back on track. That's all it takes is one game. I mean, just look at this is what culture is. This is what aura is. You know what I'm saying?
Melo.
Paulo Banchero.
Yeah, I see Banchero back there. I see Ndamukong Suh. Is that Luka in the front?
Luka Doncic. You know what I'm saying?
I see Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby ain't playing 30 years and he there before that.
Come on, man.
But you see the one.
Different energy.
You see the one. And it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I'm telling you, when this season is done, when this regular season is done, I'm telling you, they're going to be talking about Buddy in MVP conversations. Because this is the thing that I'm thinking of. Yeah, we might not reach our full potential in a lot of people's eyes until Saquon get going. But I think you can do it on the arm of Jalen Hurts, bro. I strongly believe that as long as Saquon Barkley is involved, he's not going to have 2,000 yards.
Yeah, that's not even the question.
Yeah, but if you keep running under center and they don't know if he's going to get the ball or it's going to be play action or not, Jalen Hurts can dismantle the league, man.
Because they got to respect it. Because they got to respect it at the end of the day.
You got to respect it. And then you're going to guess wrong and we're going to end up giving him the ball and he's going to take 150 yards.
And that's the true Saquon effect, right? No matter the games he's had, you still got to respect what he can do to you. And no matter what,
and that's fine.
That's a big deal. And I'm with you on that. I think Jalen Hurts is without a doubt good enough to carry this team as far as they want to go.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. And you know what, man? Before we transition into the AJ Brown thing, I think that guys are dealing with success differently. I think that that's an issue right now, a battle that we're fighting as a team. Guys are dealing with success differently. Like Saquon Barkley is like, okay, we won the Super Bowl. I want to win another Super Bowl. I want to do it again. Other guys are like, we won the Super Bowl. That's off my bucket list. Now I want my numbers. You know what I'm saying? I want my numbers and I want to win a Super Bowl. I already won the Super Bowl. Now it's about my personal accolades. And these are the things that these guys said before we even took a first snap against the Cowboys in week 1. Smitty was on record saying, like, now I'm trying to be an all-pro. I'm trying to be this. I'm trying to be that now. AJ was like, I want to be one of the greats. I want to be their focus wasn't Super Bowl, when they have to understand that winning Super Bowls, multiple Super Bowls, make you one of the greats. If you keep winning, you're going to get the numbers. That's what makes you one of the greats.
That's a great point, because in my humble opinion, no disrespect, I don't think Michael Irvin is in the Hall of Fame for his numbers. Michael Irvin was never the best receiver in football. He's in there because of those 3 Super Bowls with the Cowboys and what that does to the legacy, and that adds the perfect sauce to the numbers. Michael Irvin was a great wide receiver, but Michael Irvin wasn't a Chris Carter from a talent perspective. He wasn't a Randy Moss or a Terrell Owens. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those guys don't have Super Bowls, but they're in the Hall of Fame strictly for their numbers. You know, sometimes when you have that good balance of production and championships, that gets you right in.
And Jalen Hurts won't make the Super Bowl because of his passing numbers. He'll make the Super Bowl. He'll make the Hall of Fame because he keeps winning games.
Right, and you can't deny that.
You can't deny that
because what you know, Ray Didiger even said this. He says, I'm convinced at this point. I mean, there's nothing Jalen Hurts can do to change people's minds about him. He said, last time I checked, you know, when you draft these guys, when you invest all these resources into investigating the guy's past, his present, you know, his relationships, when you about to get this guy a multi-million-dollar deal, and you're doing your due diligence, it always comes back to one singular question: can I win a Super Bowl with this guy?
Right.
Because what else are you doing it for? Right. You know what I'm saying? What else? Like from an organizational perspective, right? What else are you doing it for? Why else would you pay a guy what you paying him? Why else would you draft a guy where you drafted him? The question when it comes to the quarterback position is, can I win a Super Bowl with this guy? And Jalen Hurts has answered that question. So therefore, everything else after that is moot to me. It's moot.
He earned it, man. He earned it the hard way, bro, because he had to audition for that extension. He had to go to a Super Bowl and play his ass off to even get paid, even though he lost.
And rebuilt his game from the ground up. That's another thing. Rebuilt his game. Like, Jalen Hurts is nowhere near the quarterback he was in 2020 or 2021, excuse me. Nowhere near. It's not even the same guy.
It's not. You talking about having perfect passer ratings now. You know what I mean? You talking about doing shit like that. And I don't think I think he gets another one this year. I honestly think he gets another one this year.
I can see that.
Shoot, maybe this week.
Right.
Shoot, maybe this week, man. But you said something, right? You know, there are guys who strictly are in it for the championships. There are some guys who want to beat their personal best. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, right? I think it's par for the course when it comes to the wide receiver position, right? You know, in order to play that position, you got to have a certain level of arrogance to you. And that brings us to AJ Brown, right? AJ Brown has been making a lot of people uncomfortable and irritated the past few weeks with
few hours
with this
with
his
hours?
Online. What he do recently?
He posted something else.
That y'all ain't see the latest Instagram caption?
No!
I thought that was yesterday.
I thought you were talking about something that just happened like today.
Yeah, I thought we missed something today.
But he's been making a lot of people uncomfortable and, quite frankly, irritated with his online presence. And most recently, he posted something on Instagram. You know, it was a photo of him flexing, you know, I'm guessing after the touchdown. And he also posted a video clip from the guys he was working out with over the summer. And the caption was, using me, but not using me. Now, before I get into my perspective on this, I want to clear the floor. I want to let LB ISO this. I want him to completely get everything off his chest so me and Symone can bring him back down to earth. So go ahead, LB.
I'm tired of it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I gotta keep it a beam, man. I'm tired of it because I feel like this, man. Everybody has a job to do, right? Everybody has a job. If you work for some secret spy agency, you can't go on the internet talking about intel. It's certain things you just can't do on the internet that'll bring a bad light to your agency. You can't do it. If you work at Chili's, you can't go in the kitchen and be like, this restaurant dirty as shit, it's roaches, it's rats, and expect to clock in and everything be cool. You can't do that. I think it's irresponsible to go on Twitter or go anywhere when you know they're going to take it out of context. He could be talking about anything, yo. It don't even got to be football related, but you have a responsibility to not be problematic when there's nothing going on wrong. You don't even have to say that on Twitter, bro. You could have just thought that in your mind because you know how they going to take it. So I didn't see no posts about your quarterback having a perfect passer rating. I didn't see no posts about your wide receiver, the guy to the left of you or the right of you, wherever he lined up, having a career day. I didn't see none of those things. What I saw and what I'm starting to see now, honestly, from the AJ Brown thing is I don't know if it's like a cry for help. I don't know if it's some type of other type of issue, but you know what I mean? Mental health, that shit is real. And I think that AJ probably just need to sit down and talk to somebody, because to do that after you have a 2-touchdown game and 120 yards, it just doesn't make sense unless it's like somebody on the phone getting on your nerves or somebody using you in real life but don't want to use you for advice, unless it's some weird double entendre and we all reading into it. I don't even think that is even an excuse to do something that you know the media is going to take out of context. I saw it on ESPN. They're going to ask the coaches about this week 9 times out of 10. Why do this to your offensive coordinator? Why do this to your coach? Why do this to the organization that made you one of the highest paid wide receivers? I don't understand it. There are things that he could tweet about that makes him happy. You know what I mean? It's positive stuff to talk about this week. It's positive stuff to talk about this week. I love AJ Brown, bro. I've had conversations with AJ Brown one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? But as a young OG, I think you just need to chill. Just talk to somebody if it's something that's on your mind, because it can't be football at this point. You just had the best game of the season. You're the best game of the season. You should be like, let's build on it. Let's keep it going. It just hurts the team, man. It hurts the team when you do stuff like this for no reason, man. It's no reason now. It's
So
unprovoked.
let me, but just want to make sure you checked all your boxes, OB. You good?
I try to be as chill about it as possible, because I'm actually pissed off about it, man. It's like we about to be 6-2 going into the bye. We just had our best passing performance of the year. Mm-hmm. What is really wrong with AJ Brown? Use the team resources. Use your resources. Game check gotta be stupid. Mm-hmm. Go sit down and talk to somebody, bro. I know the game check fat. I had a fat Joan this week, but it ain't his type of fat. You know what I'm saying? Just sit down for a little minute, talk to somebody, man. And it's I guarantee you got nothing to do with football. But the fact that he is being so irresponsible and letting the wildfire just keep coming every week because he keeps saying shit is just crazy to me, man.
I'm glad you said what you said. You said you pretty much almost confident that it's probably not even about football, right?
Hell no, it can't be. What can it be about?
So here's my position, right? And Symone, I want to let you cook too. I'm gonna try to keep mine as concise as possible. I don't care. Like, I don't care. You know, like, my position is, honestly, I don't care about it, because AJ has been pretty consistent since he's been here, for one. Mm-hmm. And for two, I can't manufacture outrage that I genuinely don't have. I personally believe that we live in times where people try to convince us, these apps try to convince us that we need to care about more than we should. And honestly, I just don't care about the post. When I read it, I didn't feel any visceral reaction. If anything, I took it as a guy saying, this is what happens when you let a dog eat. This is what happens when you let me cook. Even after he scored his second touchdown, I think, it was a hot mic caught him in the end zone. And I think he was kind of saying, like, this is what happens when you throw me the effing ball. Da, 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 da. You know, he's a extremely confident dude and puts in a lot of work to do what he does. And when the fruits of your labor finally all come full circle like that in that game in particular, your emotions can take over in that particular moment. So I don't hold it against them for the end zone, rant or whatever it may be. But as far as the post goes, I don't have any emotions about it. I don't care. AJ Brown is probably the best wide receiver the Eagles have ever had in a uniform from a consistency and health and overall success standpoint. I mean, sure, we would like all our athletes to just keep everything sports, but they people just like me. And I'm willing to argue, I'm willing to bet that even his teammates don't even give a fuck. Like Cooper DeJean was on his podcast recently, and he was talking about his relationship with AJ Brown, and he on defense. He like, yo, I love AJ Brown. Like he is just the nicest dude. He's super thoughtful, man. He care about everybody in that building, and everybody know it. Just wax some poetic about AJ Brown. So I feel like for the most part, when people sees AJ Brown's posts, I feel like most of the time people projecting. I really do. But that's just my position. Symone, I'm really curious to see or hear what's your thoughts on this.
So I'm kind of in the same boat. As long as AJ Brown is doing his job on the field, that I don't, to an extent, I'm not worried about what he does on the phones and shit. Yeah. Now, if his game falls off on the field and he doing that, then I'm gonna have an issue. But as long as AJ Brown is putting up numbers, running them routes, blocking, being one of the top receivers in the league, being one of the top receivers of this team, then I can ignore and scroll past some Instagram posts. Okay. Is it confusing? Yes. Can it be annoying? Yes. Are there other routes he could go to send whatever message he's trying to send to whoever? Because who knows who these messages are directed to? Yes, there's other avenues. But yeah, as long as he producing on the field, then I can take some social media posts. Because what I do when I see them posts is keep scrolling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly.
And I'm sure at this point, what them teammates are doing is scrolling. Because they know AJ Brown far more than we know AJ Brown. And like you said, Tone, when we hear from the players, they're like, AJ cool, AJ our dog. It's just AJ. He just wants to win. Like, so far, we haven't heard any players. Now, I know there's BG, but the players aren't necessarily, it doesn't seem to be affecting the players, right? We already know Jalen's going to ignore whatever he's saying. Jalen basically explicitly said it. So AJ Brown going to come with 120 yards and an Instagram caption. Confusing caption at the end of the day. If that's the combo platter that it come with, then it is what it is. I feel like we all know people that use social media to express themselves for whatever reason. And again, it might not even be about football. That's the thing. We don't know what it's about, right? So all we can do is speculate. The lens that we know AJ Brown through is football. That's the only lens we know him through. So of course we're going to assume it's about football. And the post was with him in the uniform. It came soon after the game. So, people are going to speculate that. But as long as they keep winning, we won a Super Bowl with a disgruntled AJ Brown. AJ Brown was reading a book on the sideline, specifically called out the passing game. BG called him out to the media, and they still went on to put up numbers.
And Symone,
so as long as they can shoot, they probably got AJ Brown muted on Instagram and on Twitter at this point. I really don't care about it.
But guess what, man? Hey, guess what? LB, hold on real quick though.
Go ahead.
You the same man that commented under that same post saying, "Let's go."
What are you talking about?
I did.
LB, you know what I'm talking about?
I did comment. I did comment under the post.
Under the caption and post that we're talking about. Why. He said, "Let's go." Why. So I just want to follow you. Where you leading me? That's all.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because I know he needs help. I'm telling you, he need help, bro. As somebody who, bro, I got PTSD. This guy often talks about mental health issues. He needs encouragement, bro. He needs encouragement. I think he gave too much to the city, too much excitement, all pro seasons, Super Bowl trips, all of this. He's a huge catalyst of that. I 100% believe he need help. I'm telling you, it's a cry for help. And it's like everybody can say all the nice shit they want about him from a teammate perspective, but are any of these teammates going to him and being like, dog, are you good? Are you okay? You know what I mean? He needs help, bro.
I think so. I think
he needs help, bro. I'm just being 100, man. I know, bro. I know. You know how many people call me on a day-to-day basis, bro, with issues, bro, and they just laying all of this shit on me, man, to the point to where we having hour-long conversations, and I'm like, yo, you good? Because you're not good. You know what I mean? Talking to me ain't gonna help you. You got to tell me what's really wrong. We talking about bullshit. What's up? You know what I mean? He needs help. I'm telling you, when somebody pull AJ Brown to the side and really ask him if he's okay as a man, not a football player, he probably start crying, bro. Because he's holding a lot of shit in, bro. He holding a lot of shit in. Like, he need help. And this is like on a more, to me, it's deeper than as long as you produce. You know what I mean? I think he need help as a person, like not even like as a football player. He need help, bro. He got a line out right now that say check on your teammates with the jackets and all of that shit out. You know what I mean? Like that shit is constantly on his mind. He needs help, bro. And it's just real talk, bro. He just needs somebody to talk to him who don't want nothing from him, who don't want to gain nothing from him, who not trying to get him on a podcast, he legit needs help. And these are like, I've talked to him several times since he's been an Eagle. You know what I mean? I think he feel comfortable talking to people like me because I ain't never asked him for nothing. You know what I mean? It just be general conversation. He is a person that likes that. It probably be too many people that, I'm telling you, bro, I know when a motherfucker need help when they don't. I knew the post was some bullshit. I didn't like it. The fan of me ain't like it. I still don't like it. I stand on everything that I say, but me saying let's go is trying to encourage somebody that I think that actually really needs help.
So,
you know what I mean?
With AJ Brown, I mean, he's been very vocal, like you said. He's been on several podcasts talking about the importance of mental health, everything he's been through personally, football aside, like everything he's been through personally. So, I mean, obviously we know he's somebody who's been very vocal about, suicide prevention and struggles that he's had when it came to those type of thoughts. So we know he's carrying a lot mentally. That's exactly why I'm saying when I see him on the timeline after games, I see a lot of fans that's like, oh, this is too much. He need to be quiet. It's hurting the team.
You know what it's like to me?
Whatever. That's why I'm saying, like, as a fan, from a fan standpoint, if he need to post whatever he needs to post that he. I'm saying as far as what from where I'm standing as a fan, like, I don't know this man personally. I'm not in contact with this man. I'm simply a fan watching the game. As a fan, if he needs to, whatever he needs to do to get whatever off, whatever that does for him, whoever he's sending that message to, whatever, do that, bro. And as a fan, I will accept it because on the field, he's doing everything he needs to do on the field. So we can't even fully say whether it's a distraction or if it's not a distraction, because the teammates are saying it's not a distraction to them. Like, you hear Smitty saying, AJ cool, AJ fine, it's not a distraction. You hear the offensive line saying it's not a distraction to them. So if they're saying it's not a distraction to them, then by all means.
Right. The person who's about to go over the edge ain't never no distraction. Everybody don't never see it happening until it's happening. Imagine having a jacket that say check on your teammates and none of your teammates actually really checking on you.
But you're assuming that the teammates are not checking on him.
I'm not assuming. I don't know what's happening.
The only thing is
we got to be careful what we're talking about, because
from where we're sitting, right? Are we talking from a standpoint of AJ's personal life? Because I'm a little bit confused. are we talking about AJ personally, or are we talking about AJ Brown, the wide receiver for the Eagles?
It's
two separate conversations.
So we don't know him personally. I don't know him personally.
Are we all in agreement with the assumption that he may need some help? He may need to talk to somebody.
Well, I don't know if he is or not. Like,
I don't know if he currently is.
Yeah, he might be talking to somebody. See, the thing is, I don't want to speculate because I don't know. AJ Brown could be in therapy right now. AJ Brown could be walking out of therapy. He could be walking into therapy. So I'm not going to say what he needs or what he doesn't need because I don't know.
So we're not even in agreement that something may be bothering him then.
I'm saying I don't know. I'm saying I post stuff all the time where you won't know what the heck I got going on in my personal life.
That's true.
If you look on my social media, I could say I'm bored. Meanwhile, I'm laid up with my man having a good ass time. I'm saying when you look at social media, people share and you don't know what people have going on personally based off what they posted on social media. Yeah. Is all I'm saying. What I post, nobody knows what the outside of this wall. I could be in Timbuktu. Nobody knows what the
I see the man every Sunday, man.
So I ain't seen saying is I'm not going to speculate. All I know about AJ Brown is what he decides to share. All I know is he said, use me or not using me. So I'm just not going to make a full assumption, especially about what he has going on mentally, because we do know that he has struggled with that. So I don't want to make assumptions that he's doing what he needs to or doesn't need to be doing what he needs to.
Yeah, here's my thing, right? Because sometimes we get spoiled, right? And I'll look at it from the perspective of we've watched a lot of football. We've seen a lot of guys come and go in this league. We've seen a lot of guys deal with a lot of issues off the field. We've seen guys get caught up with domestics. We've seen guys get caught up with sexual assaults. We've seen guys get DUIs. We've seen guys walk out on their teammates, throw their helmet and pads and leap and run off the field damn near half naked. I'm talking about
the way you said naked.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, Antonio Brown. Like we've seen so many. We've seen wide receivers have a bad coke habit. Like we've seen so much and heard so many horror stories that come from these locker rooms, that come from some of these players, regardless of position. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let and AJ Brown dropping the Instagram caption or two that makes somebody uncomfortable make me upset. Like sometimes we gotta zoom out and really put this thing in perspective, right? Like we want to talk about AJ Brown. We want to talk about AJ Brown being a distraction, and we want to talk about guys who are putting themselves before the team or being liabilities, right? You had this last season, you had Deebo Samuel sock the kicker. Socked him. Like, Tyreek Hill constantly getting caught up with domestics with his lady.
I don't care about none of them.
No, but hear me out though. It's just people always think the grass is greener until you get on that side of that bitch and you realize it ain't. Like, if AJ Brown gotta post a tweet or two to get that shit off, hey. The reality is, I don't know that man. I don't know what he's going through. I don't know him personally. All I know is what he's given us. And he's given us significantly more positivity and things to be excited about than to be upset about. And people need to realize we're in the middle of a war right now. The Eagles are 5-2, about to be 6-2. We're in the middle of a season right now. I can't waste my bandwidth on trying to form think pieces over a post. I can't. I don't have it in me.
It's not just one post for me. If it was just post, that would be different, man. I see the man smile is gone. Even when he had a good game and he still looked angry on the sideline. You know what I mean? I'm telling you from my experience and from my walk of life, from all the shit that I've experienced in life, that he is showing signs of somebody that is depressed. And I think that, he could benefit from some help. He probably already getting the help. You know what I mean? He could benefit. That's what I see.
Right.
That's what I see with my eyes. It's not an assumption. This is what I see with my eyes.
Now, what if I told you in
But
response
my
to that,
thing
right?
is,
Real quick, Symone, let me just say this real
So
quick.
to me, no, let me finish though. To me, it don't matter how good he performing. I think it's more important if somebody's showing signs of depression to address that. I don't care. He can have an all-time great season. You know what I mean? But if you're depressed, that don't fix depression. And I think that it's something wrong. Like we're not gonna be afraid to assume because we don't know him personally. I think it's clearly something's bothering him. It might not be that big. It might not be big.
My point is, we can't assume that he's not getting the help he needs. I'm saying is, because you said earlier he needs to go to therapy. I'm saying we don't know if he is or not. We can't assume he isn't. If he needs help, we can't assume that he's not taking the steps that he needs to take. And maybe his therapist told him use social media as an outlet. Like, we don't know what posting on if he is depressed, we don't know what social media does for him. Like, that could be doing something positive for him. He could be using social media as an outlet. That's my whole thing is just saying, just not assuming that he isn't doing what he needs to do mentally to get himself right. And also we're saying his teammates need to do, what if they are? What if Devontae Smith is calling him after every game and talking to him after every game? What if Saquon is doing what they need to do as teammates to support him emotionally? All I'm saying is we don't know. We can't assume that his teammates aren't helping him, and we can't assume that he's not helping himself.
No, so I'm not. So I want to be clear. I'm not assuming if he's in therapy. I'm not assuming. I'm just throwing out scenarios. I see the heavy advocacy for mental health with the clothing line and stuff like that. I'm just saying, imagine, you know what I mean? You doing all of this stuff. You are saying check on your teammates. You know what I mean? I just would hope, and I'm pretty sure somebody else. I would hope that somebody is checking on him, because everything he says at this point is being beaten and dragged through the media for weeks. Everything he's saying is being dragged through, and that could be tiring on a person.
We all know that's the WWE. The media is the WWE. Like, we all know it's wrestling. Like, that
don't mean everybody. That don't mean everybody built to handle it though. When he left, so when he came to the Philadelphia Eagles, there was a big thing with him and the fans with Tennessee, how they was threatening him and all of this stuff because he got traded. He didn't want to be there, I guess, apparently to them. There's, you better not come to Tennessee. And, he was upset with that. So, WIP was saying things about him. He called up to the radio station.
Yeah,
so
I remember that.
This stuff kind of does affect him. It ain't so Jalen. Jalen would never respond to stuff like that. People are different.
I think to your point about that, right, is I think, okay, one of my biggest weaknesses or things I'm trying to work on myself is that when I'm misunderstood, I take that shit personal. When I feel like I'm being intentionally misrepresented, I take it personal. And I feel like it's an attack on me. And I get into my, I get in the fight or flight mode. And again, I don't know AJ Brown, but he strikes me as a kind of guy. If I'm making an assumption, I want to make that very clear. If I'm making an assumption, he seems like the kind of guy that definitely doesn't like being misrepresented. And what I see a lot of people doing right now, not you, LB, not you, but in reading the tweets from people and reading the comment sections and all that kind of stuff, I see a lot of people misrepresenting him. And the reality is, to be voted a captain 2 years in a row means that A, you're representing the organization well, but also you've been there for people in such a way that they trust you to lead them. And I'm not going to project and put what I assume or what I think on this brother. And I think above all else, and we can start to close this thing out. People make a lot of assumptions about him and Jalen Hurts' relationship. And I think if anything bothers me is that. Because the reality is, y'all motherfuckers don't know nothing.
Right.
You don't know nothing. You don't know. You don't know at all.
That would bother me if everybody on the internet was saying that I couldn't stand one of y'all. That would bother me.
Like, seriously.
Because you don't know me. So you don't know our relationship. You don't know our dynamic. That would literally hurt. That would literally bother me. Because it's like, what would make you think that, and we've had debates on this show. Like, we would never talk to each other and let it go a certain way. But it would bother me for anybody to think that I have a problem with any content creators that I work with all the time. Like people think, perfect example. People think me and Lou don't like each other.
No, you and Luke actually like.
Then people think me and Lou. We just were talking the other day. People think yesterday actually. People think me and Lou don't like each other. Why would I not like somebody that I'm in business with?
I think the same thing when you and Rome as well. People think you and Rome don't like each other. Like Rome, one of the coolest
me and Rome talk about grilling, all type of stuff.
Rome, one of the coolest dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Period. You know what I mean? So I've been around my daughters too much talking about period. But yeah, Rome one of the coolest guys, man.
Yeah,
that's why. Cause I had somebody comment on my video after the which loss was it? I can't remember which loss. One of the two losses, and they was basically saying I don't be hard enough on the players. And they was getting mad at me, talking about I'm not hard enough on the players, yada yada yada. But that's why I try to talk about players in a certain manner, because they are human. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear me calling nobody trash, nobody buzz, attacking nobody, like, because they are people. And that's why I'm saying, like, yeah, it can just be real delicate. That's why even with the whole AJ Brown situation, I'm not saying what he, like, it's one thing when we talking, but I'm not on social media saying, oh, AJ Brown need to shut up. AJ Brown, boom, 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 boom. Like, I'm very delicate with the way that I talk about players, discuss players on any team, honestly, because you just never know what somebody got going on off the field. And at the end of the day, they're human beings. You know what I mean? So, like, even when the season started, even when that first post came out, was it after the Bucks game? You know what I mean? I just said, I'm not doing this speculation on what's going on. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't know what people have going on. We all have jobs, right? Everything we post is not about our job. Our job is just a sidebar to our lives. You know what I mean? So,
and you can, and you know, the only reason why I'm even getting this much in depth on personal scenarios is because, like, I care about homie. You know what I mean? I want homie to be all right. Yeah. Like, outside of football, on the field, whatever. Like, yeah, I don't know him. I ain't related to him. But you know what I mean? Homie brought something. He helped bring something to this city. He's forever a legend in this city. I just want homie to be all right mentally.
I agree with that. I mean?
So, you know, that's the only reason why I'm talking about, you know, any of this shit. Yeah. Because like you said, y'all talked about, I'm not even like a caring person like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I care about y'all. I just ain't, I don't be giving a fuck about a lot of people, bro. Yeah, AJ Brown, Antonio Brown, I don't care about them. Yeah. Niggas ain't play for the squad.
Yeah.
Excuse my French, y'all. My bad.
No. I'm with you on that. Like, and you know, I would expect y'all, like, if I ever, you know, conduct myself on this show in a way that's unsavory, I would expect y'all to say, "Hey, yo, Tone, like, you know, good show today, but you know, I ain't really like
that joint happened while you still talking. Your phone would be getting texts.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, look, man, I just, you know, I expect y'all to, you know, hold me accountable and vice versa. So, like, the reality is, man, we talking about somebody that one of the greatest Eagles in Eagles history.
Right.
We know a guy who takes mental health serious, a guy who I believe has done the work and is still doing the work, because your mental health journey doesn't change, or I'm sorry, it doesn't just end, right? So look, man, we all wish AJ Brown well. People need to check their parasocial relationships. If you don't know what that means, look it up. But a lot of people are really wrap themselves up into these pseudo relationships that they have with these players, and the internet has created this veil to make people believe that they're closer to these guys than they really are. So hopefully everybody check their egos out throughout this process. We still got a lot of football left to play, and we got to get to maybe some of the biggest news of the week. BG coming back. We got to talk about that.
Hold on, let me go get my BG stuff.
Cause he your favorite Eagle. Go ahead, go.
Hold on. Why you got my girl blocked though, LB?
Like,
why you got Tiffany blocked?
Like, it's BG coming back is
I don't know who that is.
Tiffany don't be doing nothing to nobody.
Tiffany cool. Tiffany
Right.
cool.
You got Tiffany blocked.
She must got a I don't know. She must got bad connection or something.
No. She don't be bothering nobody.
I agree. She ain't never bothered me. I'm gonna try to fix it.
Let me see.
My dog back. I gotta put him back on the desk now.
That's
Yeah,
crazy,
man.
bro.
So Brandon Graham,
What
y'all,
you mean?
has
I
officially
didn't
came out of
know.
retirement.
No, I'm
Officially.
saying it's crazy he's back.
It is crazy. So what was y'all instant reactions, man? LB, let's start with you, man. You know, you got the action figure right there.
My instant reaction. Hold on, let me take his helmet off.
The helmet come off. Oh,
What?
I want to break it. I think this is the face mask. Now, you know what? This is a 1 of 1. So I ain't gonna even play with it. See it say Graham on the back. This real McCoy right here. So my instant reaction was, don't expect life-changing results. You know what I mean? My instant reaction was Brandon Graham is here strictly for morale. Because if it's anybody that can get the best out of Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, it is Brandon Graham. I can hear him right now. Come on, big boy. We need you to get this one right here. They scared. I can just hear it.
Mhm.
They scared of you, big boy.
Impression got me dead.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna get this thing pumped up, and he's gonna be great in run support.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And he could be moved all across the defensive line. He's just gonna be a morale guy. And I don't think we have a captain on a defensive line. You know, and you know, it made me respect him more as my favorite Eagle of all time. And a lot of people think I'm confused. Like why would Brandon Graham be a favorite? Why not B-Dog? Why not McNabb? Why not Jalen? Why not T.O.? Why not all of these other guys?
But
Reggie Whites.
But BG being your favorite is the same reason why B-Dog would be somebody else's favorite.
Exactly. BG is my favorite Eagle of all time because I remember when nobody liked BG. They called him a bust. He was it was a wasted pick, and he really fought and clawed for his respect. 16 years, man. He played in all 3 of the Super Bowls during that time span, and this just solidified it for me. When Kelsey retired, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey thought it was a wrap. He thought, oh man, we put all this work in. We faded out at 10-1. This was just too much for me. Then the next year we won it. Had he stuck around one more year, he would have 2 rings like BG. BG coming out of retirement while your team is 5-2. He understands that, hey, this team is still a championship caliber team. I could potentially get 3. I could sneak right in. I ain't had to play the first 7, and I could go get a 3rd. John, he sees the value and still coming back. You know what I mean? It made me look at Kelsey different because Kelsey left us for dead. Damn, the team collapsed. Let me have this press conference and get out of here.
That's
it made me look at him different.
Symone, nobody had that angle before, Symone. Nobody ever brought that up.
Of course, I got a lot of angles they'll never be having.
That's what I love about BG, because if you remember after the collapse, we were down bad, man.
Bad.
The contracts, the free agents that came up,
Fletcher Cox dip.
Spooky. And who was the first one to say BG could have walked out that door? Then, just like you said, just like Kelsey did, no shade to Kelsey, but BG, the first one saying, I blank check. Told Howie, blank check. I'm coming back. The commitment to the Eagles, the commitment to this team, this franchise, he's been through so many different eras of Eagles football. Shoot, the commitment to QB1.
Yeah.
From day one.
He loved that,
the
man.
The commitment that he had to Jalen freaking Hurts. This team, there's a lot of people that say, oh, Eagles for life, green for life, whatever. But when we were, after coming off a high of that Super Bowl run, to be plummet to one of our lowest, we had nothing, didn't know who was coming back, didn't know a gosh darn thing. But BG said, blank check, regardless, I'm here, whatever you can do, Howie. Step back into a time machine, had an amazing year, a pivotal part of the run. I'm excited, like you said, LB, for what he brings to the locker room, what he's going to bring to the huddle, to energizing Nolan Smith, his buddy. So Nolan going to be coming back, and BG going to be there, especially with us losing Zadarius, a super vet, and Ogbo, 2 of the oldest heads on the defensive line. We got real young, real fast.
That's a good point.
Younger. So BG bringing that leadership, whatever he can bring on the field. He said he's been working out at NovaCare, shoot, since he retired. I'm excited. It just refuels this team, especially coming off a win like that. It adds more fuel to this team. So that's huge, man. I love it.
And then fans ask Kelsey, "Hey Kelsey, you busy?" He talking about something very. I just be looking at him a little different as of late. You know what I mean? He Eagles legend. Kelsey, one of my favorite Eagles too.
Yeah,
but I've been looking at him a little. I've been looking at him a little different, a little funny in the light than me.
it's giving a more like businessman than like Eagles fan, which is fine. He's just not giving like that, you know what I mean? Because he's got to appear to so many different audiences now that he has the podcast.
Right, on ESPN Monday Night Countdown.
Yep. It's just not giving like full blown all about the birds.
That's cool though. All that is cool, man. But BG's value, man, just as a person, it's just, bro. If there's anybody that's gonna be able to get that smile back on AJ's face, if there's anybody that's gonna crack a joke with AJ to get him in a good mood, or if he's in the bad mood, you know what I mean. It'll be a guy like Brandon Graham. He just elevates your spirits, man. Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship, all them guys love BG, bro. Love BG. And what did we have when we won the Super Bowl last year? A mix of good vets and young talent. You need another veteran presence on the defensive side of the ball. We real young on defense for real.
Super
I think
young.
Zach Brown might be the OG.
That's a fact. He is.
You know what I mean? Now you bring back BG. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was just a huge move for the Philadelphia Eagles. There's one more guy left that they might need to kick the tires on, because I got a file on my desk that's getting fat.
Who's getting fat?
Makuba. File still fat. You heard what Vic said
last game,
huh?
Better tackling last game overall, because in that Giants
better tackling last game.
I don't know, Symone.
You ain't see what he let Justin Jefferson do. He didn't even put a finger on.
As an entirety.
That was a big,
but that was like a 70-yard game.
Yeah, it was like a 50-yard, something like that. Because my thing is he waited for Justin Jefferson to get comfortable with the ball, make a move. So if he flies in, but Justin Jefferson doesn't even get a yard. He stopped. He stopped pursuing. He started backpedaling.
Now look at N'Kobe Dean. Look at N'Kobe Dean's tackle for loss. As soon as that ball in the air, he down there. I love having him back.
That's N'Kobe Dean, whose file was on your desk for years.
And it should have been. And it should have been.
Year one for Coob. It's year one, and you said Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in football.
It's year two for Coop, and he broke up a Justin Jefferson touchdown pass.
That's pretty cool.
Year two for Coop.
Now that's cool. I expect to say, we talking about tackling those. We talking about running. We talking about a collision. This football. He waited for the smoke.
Do you not remember how poor of a tackling team we were before the Vic Fangio era? Tackling should be, it should be easy. It should. But it just seemed like it can take a little while. It can take a little minute. So all I'm saying is, let's settle down a little bit on Cook.
I think he lead the defense in missed tackles. I don't want to quote it because I don't know for sure. He has to though. I've seen him run into his own man. I seen him tackle his own man instead. It might be Keely Ringo. You can't have both of them missing tackles like that. Somebody got to tighten up.
Okay. Now we did see. We did see Jacorian Bennett practice window open.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I thought Jacorian was out for the year, but
no, he just on IR.
I do feel like after the game against the Giants, I felt like the team was kind of out on Ringo. Just the stuff Vic Fangio was saying after the Giants game, it kind of sounded like he kind of checked out on Ringo. And then this game, right? Adoree Jackson gets hurt. Ringo has to come in the game. We don't even know Adoree Jackson's status at this point. I feel like we have to make a trade now at corner. I think originally they were like bought in on Adoree and Ringo. You know what I mean? Let's hold on. We might have something there. But now that they kind of checked out on Ringo, it's like, okay, you see Adoree gets banged up. Shoot, Quinyon might get banged up. It's time to make a trade at corner, in my opinion.
It's a lot of pressure on Ja'Cory and Bennett if we expect him to come in and play meaningful minutes.
Tone on his computer. Please stand by.
How you where you see that at?
In the comments.
Oh.
She said, Tone checking on something on his computer. Please stand by.
No, because I was thinking about what y'all said about the missed tackles, right? And I'm looking at several.
You got the data?
I'm looking up several names, in the secondary because I'm just focused on
Let me know if
secondary.
I need a bigger book.
So so when it comes to missed tackles, right? So Cooper DeJean only has 2 missed tackles on the season, which is really, really good, right? Quinyon Mitchell on the season has 2 missed tackles as well. Really, really good. He doesn't miss tackles, right? Reed Blankenship has 4 missed tackles on the season. So that's that.
Less than 1 a game still.
Keely Ringo has 3 missed tackles on the season.
Only 3?
I think it's more than that personally, but Andrew Makuba has 5. So Andrew Makuba has the most missed tackles in the secondary. Now let me go to Dory Jackson real quick. Let me see.
Now let me say this. Coob needs to be better, but we have seen with a lot of these guys, now you would assume tackling just comes along with it, right? Comes with the pro.
But Dory Jackson got 4 missed tackles. So Makuba, Reed Blankenship, Dory Jackson, all leading your team in missed tackles.
Did Makuba play every game?
Makuba has played every game. He's played in 7 games, started in 6. Makuba has played, as far as the snap counts go, Makuba has played 429 defensive snaps so far this season. That's 91% of the time.
My thing,
and it's the thing though, you can't miss tackles as a safety. They turn into touchdowns.
That's a good point.
They turn into touchdowns.
I mean, the missed tackle in the Giants game turned into a touchdown. The missed tackle, did you notice that missed tackle against the Giants and the missed tackle on Justin Jefferson kind of look similar on the sideline? It's some sideline tackles he keep missing.
He's taking poor angles when you should be. All you have to do is push somebody out of bounds.
The sideline is helping you,
bro. They need to sign CJ, man, to a 1-year vet deal, bro. That's cheap. They need to go sign CJ, bro. They need to, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. You need to go sign CJ, man. You can say whatever you want about CJ. CJ, right now, if you bring in CJ, he good for 4 picks. He good for 4 picks rest of the season. And he ain't gonna miss 5 tackles.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. We were a bad tackling team before the bye last year. Thank you. That's what I've been trying to say. We've seen how.
When was our bye?
Week 5.
Week 5.
Right around the time where we made the switch at nickel. We talked about it on this show. What had to happen? We said we need to put Cooper DeJean at nickel, and that's going to unlock this defense. As soon as we did that, we were the best tackling team in the league.
Yes.
We also discussed on this show that Jahad Campbell was going to have his hand in the dirt. Let's start talking about this shit we be right about on the Linc Up. We ain't get enough respect around here.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Jahad Campbell was going to play edge. They was going to move the Kobe Dean back, and that was going to make a difference.
It made a big difference.
No,
let's talk about that,
bro.
Now go get CJ and go get my repeat.
Just the energy. I don't want to make no excuses for nothing. I'm a woman. I don't make excuses. I stand on my G. But
whether you wrong or wrong,
hold on. Wait, slow down.
What I'm saying is the energy, having the Kobe Dean back on the field, man. The energy that he brings it cannot be stated. And just imagine for the first time this year when we got all the dogs on the floor when Nolan get back healthy. So we got Nolan, Nakobe Dean. No, I'm saying the Philly dogs. Nolan, Nakobe Dean, ripped up Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter at full health. We have not seen that this year. We have not seen the Philly dogs on the field at the same time. And just having Nakobe Dean back on that field, man, the presence felt, baby. Oh, my goodness, boy. And the question was, what we going to do? What we going to do when Nakobe Dean gets back? How are we going to handle that? Yada, yada, yada. Shoot, plug and play from game 1. The way Jahad lining up off the edge like he been there all season. Nakobe Dean in the middle like he ain't missed the past 9 games.
That
It's crazy.
first BG sack going to hit like
Gonna
a
hit like
sample from Kensington.
That joint gonna hit like crack in the 80s.
That first BG sack going to hit like some bud from in front of the Chinese store from the 90s.
Yo, I saw some people.
You forgot the other dog, Keely.
Yo, I saw somebody try to. I've been seeing some people saying, "Oh no, BG, this is desperation by the Eagles. The BG your legacy. What are you doing?" I'm like, "What the fuck you get his legacy for? Like ain't shit changing. The Super Bowls don't go back. He don't lose the Super Bowls if he come back. Like, what are we talking about? Like, oh, he paid his dues. Fuck you mean he paid his dues? Like, he ain't had to come back. He decided to. He made his decision.
People just needed something to say. He went out on top. He went out on top. I don't like this for him. He went out on top.
That's
Kobe Dean gonna catch Bubba Sparks coming through the hole this Sunday and light his little ass up. I can't wait.
Sparks?
Who Bubba Sparks? Scatterboo.
He's talking about Camp Scatterboo.
He gonna light his ass
up. Bubba Sparks?
Because he ran over my dog the last time we seen him. I've been thinking about that since.
Yeah.
I ain't never see Zach Bond get ran over.
I think it's gonna be real important.
Oh my gosh, I just Googled Bubba Sparks.
You didn't know who Bubba Sparks was? You probably was like little third grade.
You didn't know who Bubba Sparks was? College Paul, Bubba Sparks. Booty, rocking everywhere.
Yeah, that's Bubba Sparks. Yeah.
I know, booty, rocking everywhere. Booty, rocking
that's his song. That's like his biggest song. He probably still eating off of that.
I found you, Miss New Booty.
That's saying booty.
Yeah, Bubba Sparks.
Yeah.
He was signed to Rough Rider back in the day, I think.
I hear that song differently now.
Get the fuck out of there. I hear it differently. Yo, listen, he had it at that time. I found you.
You know these people know who Bubba Sparks is.
Get it together.
Well, do what Symone did.
Do it.
Who else? What else he sing?
He got a joint with Timbaland.
Is that his only hit? Like booty, rocking.
That's like a major hit.
Classic. That's a classic.
That's a banger right there.
It's gonna come on at any party you at.
Miss New Booty was
Find your lady.
Because
it's gonna be crazy.
I thought that was a black
Who was on that song with him?
Was it Paul Wall? I don't know. Let me double check.
I thought
no, yeah, he did have a joint called Ugly. I think that was his first joint, Ugly.
What he know about some Miss New Booty?
So yeah, it was Bubba Sparks, Yin Yang Twins, Mr. College Park. Yeah.
What you mean? This was in the Buffy the Body era. This when everybody tried to make booty popular around this time. He was right on time.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked that this is this man.
Bubba Sparks. Mm-hmm. Y'all funny as hell. Let's get to these super chats, man. They piling up.
Ugly was his main hit.
No, it wasn't bigger than Miss New Booty.
It wasn't.
Was Miss New Booty his song or was he a feature on it?
No, Miss New Booty is his song.
I'm about to listen to Ugly on mute.
Let me see. All right, we got Zay with a super chat. He says, LB, I can't send super chats on your channel ever. You know why? I'm starting to think y'all trolling now.
No, they probably telling the truth, but just send them here then.
Yeah, just send them to the Linc Up. Matter of fact, make sure you guys are subscribed to the Linc Up YouTube channel, man. Like, that's a big deal. We're trying to grow that thing. Make sure you guys are subscribed.
Listen to Bubba Sparks. You're trying to see what's going on.
Listen, he's white. It's okay.
You trying to hear it?
She's trying to find the flaws.
I was trying to listen to Ugly.
Somebody told me, I know you see it by Young Jock. Was that ish in middle school? It was.
No, I never seen
it. Yeah, it go bang, bam. Know you want some. What? I was outside on the set when that came. I remember that.
Yeah, man. I've never seen that music video. No.
Man, I remember the joint. I'm riding in my car. Yo, like,
so they said the hook you're singing is the Yin Yang Twins.
Say it again.
Someone said the hook you're singing is the Yin Yang Twins.
It's still Bubba Sparks' song.
So that's why I'm like, it sounded like a black man because that wasn't the part I'm singing was a black man.
Okay.
Big dog.
That's why I thought I was tripping. I was like, that part did not sound like.
Oh man.
Okay, so I know I'm not tripping.
Big Dog 5-2-5 says, "What's up with y'all, man? AJ and keep one attention, and it is what it is, man. I ain't even sweating it. As long as he
sweat it, we ain't sweating it no more.
Yeah, as long
No, I did not watch
as
106 in Park.
You didn't watch 106 in Park growing up? Oh, you really a baby.
Listen, man, I don't even want to dive down.
This must be somebody new.
Simone's.
This got to be somebody.
I keep forgetting because, like, I'm 30. I'll be 31 in December. You just turned 28, right, Symone?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't see.
I've heard of it. I just didn't watch it.
You didn't even catch the.
You like Bow Wow when you was growing up?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't catch the Bow Wow one.
Host of 106 Park for a little minute, I think.
I love Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow. You just don't know where you move so fast across the floor. I mean, you run through my mind like all the time.
This right here is my swag. Yo, that Soulja Boy era. I don't care. No, I say that Snap era. What?
I wasn't into it, guys.
Way. Pretty boy coming.
So you don't know AJ and Free?
And my crew, we swagging in a room, girl.
Yeah, we wasn't really into the Soulja Boy swag.
So sexy, yo.
This right here is my pretty boy swag. I just wasn't watching them shows.
Marco Polo. Aziz says, I think Saquon going crazy in the second half this season.
I hope.
Hopefully, man. I think they actually need to get more balance in a rush attack. I need to see more other guys touching the ball because it seems like every time somebody else touches that ball one good time, they take it 10 yards. So it's like they got to mix it up more.
Because when somebody else in the backfield, they automatically think it's a pass.
Right, but they got to take advantage of that.
They do.
Aziz also followed up, said, "Oh, and tell that goofy Brees stop hate watching." Yeah, Drew Brees. Listen, like I said, when these guys retire, they expose themselves. They do.
Right. And so many people are so dug into their takes that it's like saying, oh, you can't shoot, but you just hit 23 straight shots. Now you missed one. I told you he can't shoot. It's like that's what's going on here. They just can't wait.
Exactly. Stefan Johnson with the super chat. Thank you, Steph. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Unstable Eric with the $5 super chat says the offensive play calling isn't fixed. That was all Hurts and the players having a better feel for the game than Nick Patullo. I actually would, if as far as that game, I do want to give. I would say it's more. I think that game was more so player execution than anything because Jalen Hurts was doing a lot of things off schedule, especially on like third and longs. But we do gotta give KP credit for this fact that he did switch up the predictability of that offense, right? We saw them under center a lot more, play action, things of that nature. So again, I'm not saying KP is absolved because I still think KP is a liability. But if they can continue to add wrinkles to this defense, add wrinkles to this offense, then it's going to be what it's going to be. The Eagles are talented enough to overcome a C+ or B- Kevin Patullo. So there we go. Word with the super chat. He says, like I told LB yesterday, this offense should run through Jalen. He's on a heater right now. We can pass to set up the run. At this point, I think that's what you have to do. You have to you got to build up enough equity to the point where teams they can't stack the box. They just can't. Now, because Saquon is who he is, they're going to always keep him in mind of the game plan. But teams to this day still believe that they're better served letting Jalen Hurts pass the ball than letting Saquon take over. I think we got to take advantage of that. I think it's a great mistake, and we should take advantage of that. Because eventually they ain't gonna have no choice but to fall back, and then Saquon going. But again, I think. But you know what? Teams are really, really stubborn. Even though Jalen was dismantling the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, they still tried to make sure Saquon didn't beat him. At some point, he's not going to throw a good ball. Right. It's like it's no respect. Same thing with the Vikings. They was blitzing on first down. That's a good point. Every first down. Like, they had to see it to believe it. To your point, that 45-yard dagger to AJ Brown that pretty much iced the game. That was all. They sent the all-out blitz. They sent the all-out blitz because they thought AJ was going to run the slant. The slant was there too. It was, but they were anticipating the slant because remember, like a play before that, he threw the slant a little behind AJ. Exactly, and it set it right up. Yep, he set it right up. JT87 with the super chat. Thank you. He says, "I noticed Hurts gets hate from QBs that he surpassed. Chase, Cam, Brees, Fitzpatrick, and all the great QBs praise him." Yeah, that's about right. It's just, it always comes down to people feeling like Jalen Hurts don't deserve the credit he gets. That's what it always comes down to. And the reality is, they ain't got no choice but to eat their words at the end of the day. Trent Thomas with the super chat says, "What's up, guys? Born and raised in North Carolina. Eagles fan here. Who is Howard Eskin, and what the hell is wrong with this dude for disrespecting Jalen like that? We didn't really tap into that.
What did he said something recently?
Yeah. My man was on my man appeared on Jacob Sports, and he said, yeah, the Eagles need to bench Jalen Hurts and Tanner McKee should be the starter.
After the game?
Prior to.
Oh, he's stupid. He was wrong.
Prior to, right? And it's so funny. He had the nerve to even say, I never said that. He trolling you now. He trolling you. He know his old ass is a dinosaur. He know exactly what he said. And the reality is, to even disrespect Jalen Hurts to that extent, Tanner McKee should start over him. Don't make me disrespect Tanner McKee when I like him, actually.
Right, because I don't do it. Please,
Tanner McKee wouldn't have no passer rating, and I'll just leave it at that.
Man, Tanner McKee hasn't gone up against a defense like the Vikings ever in his career.
Tanner McKee hasn't gone up against like
and I don't understand, because there was a lot of people coming for Jalen Hurts after that
Giants game.
Skid. I don't understand when you look at the first at the first 6 games, how you can laser in on Jalen Hurts as an issue. Like, out of all the things that needed to be fixed, why was anybody talking about Jalen Hurts?
It took him to throw his first interception for them to jump out the window like that.
I'll be saying the same shit. How you could even think that any of that was Jalen Hurts' fault? Man, if Jalen Hurts would have hit Smitty on that ball, if AJ didn't stop running,
I was talking.
Smitty might have 700 yards right now.
Listen, my man Marcus Thomas, he said, let's be honest about this. The Eagles are about 4 or 5 throws away from being exactly who we know them to be. Like, it's like what's up? Like, the reason people criticize this team it's really because of maybe 4 or 5 throws, like through over the span of 7 games. Like, people got to relax, and this is something they building perpetually throughout the season. Derek Moore says LB is on to something. Mental health is real. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat, Derek. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Word for the super chat. Says AJ, my guy, but it seemed like he never had an OG. Interesting.
Yeah.
Eagles for Life says, I think AJ feels vindicated. All season he's been saying that the offense needs to use their receivers. Once they finally use them, we have our best game. That could be a way to look at it. Now that is what I agree with. I think, because that's what I got from that post, that basically this is what happens when you let me trust me. I know what I'm talking about. And also another thing real quick. Let's be honest. Has AJ Brown ever technically been wrong about what he said?
Hell no.
No. So it's just that's why I feel like people just don't like it's him.
He said the passing game need to be better last year because he knew that. He said a lot of things that's true. He said, I remember him saying that he thinks that we lost the first Super Bowl because we ain't go for it on 4th down.
Jalen Hurts feel the same way. I met Jalen Hurts at the Maxwell Awards, and we was all backstage, and Jalen Hurts was about to go on stage, and Nick Sirianni was back there, and they was showing like a montage of the 2022 season, and they was talking about how they were one of the best teams on 4th down, all that kind of stuff. I lied to you now. I will not make this up. I watched Jalen Hurts with my own 2 eyes. Walk up towards Nick Sirianni, tap him, give him one of these, like, they told you we should have went for it.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Like, I was like, yo. Like, Nick got a little passive in that Super Bowl. It was and he punted.
But you can't be mad at nobody for taking the points, though.
No, he punted. No, it was a punt.
It was a punt after that.
Yeah. Like they were midfield. And
it was like 4th and 4?
Yeah. It was the second half, and Jalen Hurts was on a heater, and they got a little.
That was after Quez didn't catch that beautiful walk-in touchdown that Jalen threw him.
I think, and that punt turned into the Kadarius Toney return. I think. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, Eagles 4L. Cool Eagle SNE TV says to keep it 100. AJ need to keep it off the media. He getting paid to play football, not be a tweeter. In my opinion, he's not better than T.O., but what do I know? First of all, we're comparing.
He a better Eagle than T.O. was.
And that's all I'm saying.
Right.
With all due respect to T.O., I don't care what he did in the 49ers uniform. I don't care what he did in a Cowboys uniform. Y'all show more love to T.O. and he ain't did shit for you. Nowhere near what A.J. Brown did. And I think that's where I get a little pissed off too. Like, I see people give more grace to T.O. when he was significantly more of a distraction than A.J. Brown was. And A.J. Brown actually made do on made due on his contract with the Eagles. 3-time consecutive All-Pro, Super Bowl champion. He did that. T.O. was here for what? T.O. was here for what, a year and a half? No Super Bowls. Nothing close to that. Like, all right, he came back off a broken leg. All right, they lost. So, I'm sorry. I'm gonna always hold AJ Brown in higher regard than Terrell Owens, and he has had a better Eagles career than Terrell Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, y'all.
Damn, somebody sent us a honey bun.
Wait till we get to that. Unstable Eric with the super chat says AJ next week, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns, 10 receptions. Quote, I feel trapped. Help. Y'all niggas crazy. Y'all out of order, man. Green Wingman with the super chat says, I will say this. Last thing you ever want to do is assume.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a big point, man. Quackle 40 says AJ might be going through something that has nothing to do with football. Similar to Lane, the Eagles need to step in. Similar to Lane. That's another thing too. Like, Lane had his battles. Brandon Brooks had his battles. Brandon Brooks was healthy as could be. Didn't play because he had a panic attack in the locker room. People forget about that. Brandon Brooks had a panic attack and didn't play a game. Fully healthy. So, come on, man. Like, I
forgot all about that.
We gotta put this thing in perspective, bro. Perspective is everything. And I'm not even trying to diminish Brandon Brooks.
I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm just laughing at like how you reminded me of it.
Yeah, it makes you think like, damn, all right.
Like, damn, that was great. Like people really have way more alarming issues, to be honest. And throughout all walks of life.
Yeah, and AJ Brown sent a couple posts, and we tripping. I just anyway. Thank you for the super chat, Kwaku. Bird Gang with the honey bun.
The honey bun.
Honey bun. Put it right in the microwave. You dig me? He says, thank y'all for being the voice of the streets, demanding the respect QB1 deserves. Symone, you took it too easy on Rio. LB is Makuba file still on the desk. Yep. Is Tough the only option we have. Man.
But bro, Rio was so miserable on that show. I had to
let him stay in his own
die. Just let him die.
I had to pull up and show mercy. I had to. He was down bad. It didn't even feel good for me to pile on to him. I felt sad for the brother.
Nope.
So I had to pull up. I had to show. Sometimes I got to show mercy.
We different.
Don't ever do that again.
Don't ever do that again. We different.
Don't ever do that again.
You're grabbing.
We know you got a kind heart.
No, y'all. If you would have saw the misery this man was in,
good,
you would understand.
LB called it though. Good. LB's told him.
Symone, I need you to always have these in your studio.
Bro, burn some sage. You'll be all right.
Always have these in the studio, Symone. Always have some happy birthday balloon. It ain't even nobody's birthday in my house. This from my fiance. Her birthday was like 3 weeks ago. Always have some balloons for the sad.
It was like a baby. It was like taking candy from a little baby. But Bird Gang 336, you from the borough?
Tell him to burn some sage, man. He'll be all right. We tried to tell him.
Like, bop, gatekeeper. Bop.
Getting back to that big game is not easy. Getting back to that big game is not easy. Y'all had y'all shot, and we reminded y'all that where y'all really are.
They talk so much trash about Jalen Hurts. They swear up and down.
I would say Rio wasn't. Rio's been in pocket since week 1. At least on my show.
Listen,
on my show.
He ain't been in pocket.
Don't buy that.
On my show, I'm just saying from what I saw. This is my first introduction to Rio. I didn't have
Rio, so Rio is not he's not overly out of pocket. He's not like that guy. He's not like that anyway. But Rio will take his jabs.
No, he will. But since
Rio the one
on my show,
Rio the black with the glasses, right?
Yeah.
No, he be talking brazy. Y'all tripping.
Not all the time. I was
tell you, this man didn't even have his head up. His head was slumped to the side the entire show. Brother was down bad.
They season over though. They season over.
That's what I'm trying to tell. He said that.
They
about to go on a 4-game. They about to go on a 16, like a 3 or 4 game losing streak. Watch.
I think it's about to be. So first of all, listen. The Cowboys. So the Bears prepared the plot. The Bears have dug the soil and put it in a nice rectangular shape of the coffin. The Cowboys put the body in the hole. The Chiefs on Monday night, they might throw a grenade in there. They might throw a grenade inside the grave. They might.
And guess what?
They might throw dead sardines on top of the casket. They are going to violate them on Monday.
The Lions, they about to piss on it.
They had the Lions after that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's over. It's
the Lions,
over.
but then the Lions owe them. They owe them one.
They got somebody even after the Lions. Seahawks. I think they got the Seahawks.
Who people keep sleeping on.
Yeah,
too.
they got. Yeah, they are.
Ain't
so
they 5-2 the Seahawks?
No, I lied. So they got Chiefs, then they got Seahawks, then they got Lions, then they got Dolphins, Broncos, Vikings. That 3 games, they're already on a 2-game losing streak. They about to go on a 5-game losing streak. Book it. They're not beating the Chiefs, they're not beating the Seahawks, and the Lions about to piss on their grave. Just watch.
Yeah,
the Dolphins so bad. Word with the super chat. Thank you, Word. We appreciate you, man, for digging in the bank. He says, if I'm known for sending messages to my employer through the media, everything I say will get picked apart. Now I have to be smart enough to not even give them ammo to where now my supervisor has to even answer questions about it. I get the logic. I totally get the logic. True. I understand all your logic, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I just feel differently. But LaWallace Pratt with the super chat, thank you. He says Smith and Bennett coming back, so let's go. Yeah, Nolan won't be back until after the bye. Jacorian should be back.
But Nolan is eligible though. He eligible this week.
Oh shoot, I didn't know that.
He eligible. He went on IR the same time Jacorian. They went on IR together.
That's why I was asking why his practice wasn't open.
And plus, he had a tweet. He had a caption that said 1 more week.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, he went on IR after the Rams game.
Right. So they might actually announce his practice window being open after the next practice. We need him back. Oh my God, we need him back.
Yeah, and he's gonna have fresh legs. So, and he the type of guy that's gonna be chomping at the bit, ready to go. Thank you, Wallace. All right, we got Ryan Ellis with the super chat. He says, been a fan since Bubby Brister was our QB. You OG, Ryan.
OG.
Triple quadruple OG. Thank you for the super chat, Ryan. JT87 says Mitchell and Makuba missed tackles on Jettis. Makuba laid a hat on that goal line. Stop this hate.
He did lay a hat on that goal line. Stop.
He doesn't look, but this is the problem, right? And Vic Fangio said it. He said Makuba he has highs, he has lows, he has to be consistent. And what we're describing when it comes to Makuba is inconsistency, not incapability. It's a difference. We're talking about inconsistency, not incapability. Because right now, Makuba leads the team in interceptions.
Hey,
where we at?
We got get through these.
Yeah. Let's see. Green Wingman with the super chat said Bubba Sparks' deliverance was one of mine.
Buddy, rocking everywhere.
Zachary Gray says, "Sup, y'all, diehard Eagles fans from Tennessee. Let's go, yo! Shout out to Zach, man. Appreciate you." Ryan Ellis back again says, "You're OG if you use T9 text messages, flip phone, Nokia." Damn.
Who calling my shit? Who calling my shit?
Unique Crawl says, "Symone, you on the NFC East roundtable was funny. You had the biggest smile."
Appreciate you, Unique Cross. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the Eagles fans that had my back on that show. We be going to war.
For sure.
Yeah,
Harris France.
I like it.
Yeah, he cool.
Harris France PA says KP needs to think about zone blocking schemes. Man, y'all need to start saying Jeff Stoutland name more. Joe Eagles 56 says AJ tweets don't bother me. Super content by you three. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, Joe.
Camar Macbeth with the super chat. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
Cool Eagle says Tone. That's a very unfair criticism of T.O. Donovan McNabb blew that game and didn't fight for his man to stay on the team, so he could have a better career here than AJ. T.O. handled his business. Man, T.O. was in the driveway doing sit-ups. What are you talking about? Like, listen, man. We can't talk about what ifs, who didn't do what. Bottom line is T.O. wanted out, or ultimately, Donovan McNabb didn't want T.O. here after a while. Listen, first of all, me talking about T.O. doesn't absolve Donovan McNabb of the bullshit he did. The reality is we're comparing careers as an Eagle. T.O.'s career as an Eagle doesn't compare to A.J. Brown's career as an Eagle. Point blank, period. Period. I don't care about the variables. The results was the results. Anyway.
Results may vary.
Green Wingman said, Tone, great point on Brandon. Lane Johnson speaks of his mental health issues as well. Thank you, man. Unstable Eric says team's going to disregard Jalen all the way to his first MVP and the Super Bowl repeat. Yep, let him keep sleeping on the kid. And lastly, 20-foot Bird says, what's your opinion of all-time great Eagles between BG, Lane Johnson, Reggie White, and Chuck Bednarik?
I'm going with the one who won the bowl.
I'm going with the guys that got 2 Super Bowls.
I gotta go with my era, BG.
Yeah.
Especially after coming back like this.
Yeah, I'm going with the guys that got 2 Super Bowl rings.
The guy that came back to chase a third?
Right.
Exactly. Legendary. And Lane, always been loyal to the soil.
Yep.
So I'm going with those guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. It's been a hell of a show. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, make sure you guys hit that hype button. That hype button is really important.
Hit that hype button.
For sure. Take me through that. You feel me? So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, man. Appreciate y'all. You guys.
Buddy, rock it everywhere.
I'm about to play that shit.
Dead ass. You guys have been fantastic, man. More content to come. You guys know how we give it up here. She's Symone Stanley. He's Laura Brunson. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II. You guys have been tuned into the Link Up, and we out of here, y'all. And as always, flag was fly.